both Panda and Kitty, as the supervisor and the supervisor in training, proceeded to let me know that I was not allowed to goof off today. That I've spent enough time goofing off and that I need to get back out here and get to work. I put my green dowels up the last time we videoed this. Today I actually put in the string so I can line up my my bricks. Now the bricks should actually be about centered on the line, so they're not up against the come on, needed the pump house, and yet they're not completely out of the pump house. So any rain dripping off actually drips on the bricks, which will help help stop some of the erosion, wearing down the hill so it rolls up against the pump house. I know last video I had talked about when I put the woven fabric down, doing this area as well. I'm not going to. The door opening and closing may end up scratching it, which would long-term create a problem versus me just having to come out here and hula hoe it, keep it trimmed or whatever. So it will stop, here with the rock, so on down the line. So anyway, that's what we're doing. I'm gonna go ahead and finish getting the trenches set up and right, get the woven fabric cut or burned, and get everything in place. And then I'll go back to working on getting the tin cut and what needs to be replaced and covered. I mean, it's just, like I said, it became a project. Welcome to my Saturday. Talk to y'all in a few. I love it when a plan comes together. So, first two bricks are in place. Just the left to right, and then they'll go down. Now the other two are just holding the boards in place, basically. Because that row, the left side will be like that brick. They'll just go down. And you can see it's about 2 inches above ground level, which is awesome. The ground can slough, and should it ever meet the brick, it's just raking it down, taking a shovelful away from there type thing, never letting it get to the actual pump house, which is awesome. Same thing all the way around. There's the backside. Now the backside is a little skinnier. I don't have a slough problem there. Well, I did, but it's not like up here. Does that make sense? This is the uphill side. Everything wants to come down here, and then it kind of slopes off that way, and then continues to slope off down and around. So I didn't go how do I say this? I didn't want to go out too far. I don't believe I need it. I do need it up here. This was the bad side. So I don't have the black woven fabric down. I don't want to put it down yet until I'm ready to start installing tin. So the next thing I get to do is start measuring the tin and cutting the tin. Let this sit like this for a little while. I can measure it, I can cut it out, so I can get my door piece. Hey, zoom out. Well, you can see the door. There you go. I can get the door piece, because this is two pieces here. This is where the seam is. This half there's only one screw here holding it together. Otherwise it's just, it's cheap plastic. This one, the top row is still there, but once you get below the handle, like right there, it's worthless. So the door piece has to be completely replaced. And then you come around to this side that is, it's just completely gone. That has to be completely covered. Does that make sense? Those have to be done. And then we see what I have left tin-wise. I believe I have enough to do this side. Even if it's just cut it below that bolt, cut all that stuff off, and do it half high with regular tin. The top half of this isn't bad, it's just the bottom half that's trashed. And then same thing on this side. About brick height, you can see where it's just tore up down there. Kind of cut that off, see what above it is still good. And if I have to, it's the plastic above and the tin below. So we'll just, I'll bring you along for the ride. I'll let you see what I'm doing. But the two sides that are worthless, that get beat up in my winter storms, will be the first two sides done. All right, let me quit rambling and get on with it. Alrighty, thought processes. So this one is tall enough basically to do the door. That makes sense. And there's two pieces here, and it should do the whole door and then wrap that corner. Just the door. The stuff that's above that is in good condition, I'm not replacing. So that one's that one, which is awesome. This one is nice and long. I'm hoping I can cut it in half and then do this entire side. I've got to measure it out. If not, I will flip it the long way, even though the ridges will look crappy then. But the goal is to get this side covered, and that's this piece. And then from there we just kind of continue around. If I can cut it in half and it does this entire side and wraps the corner, would be great, because then I have this one here in silver, which doesn't quite cover the entire thing. So if that one doesn't wrap, it makes sense that I'm gonna have to cut this one in half and only go half high. And then I have the small ones here, and this one should wrap this corner, and these three do this entire side and possibly wrap the very front corner. So yeah, I've got tan, white, and silver. It's all right. The whole goal is to get it protected. So get it measured, get it measured, and then mark it, you know, door, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and just kind of measure it, count them all the way around. And then I've got to cut the black woven fabric, so I can lay it so the black woven fabric goes under the lip. So if rain hits the tin, it doesn't run in between the building and the woven fabric. It runs onto the woven fabric. Because when it's like in the gardens, when there's a lot of rain, yes, it lets water go through the woven fabric, but if it's a lot of rain like a deluge, it lets that water run off. And that becomes the point if the dirt has got a gradual slope. So it starts there at its high point, it goes to this corner, and then it goes down and continues to follow the mountain. So should there be a lot of rain, it does the runoff thing. It doesn't try and run under the building. So lots to do. Now, these four don't have to cut it all, but let me get to measuring and marking and doing all that fun stuff. Again, supervisor approved. What do you know? All right, talk to you in a few. Isn't that pretty? Kind of. So I've got about 2 humps right there that are actually, will get rounded about to start this side, which will make this, between this and that, almost 100% cover this side, which is awesome. That way it's just the corner and that side that only goes half high. Again, that's a good thing. Whew. Because it means I don't have to cut this one in half. It's just an awesome thing. But before I can do this corner any farther, I need to get my woven fabric in, because I want it to go under the edge of the tin. Does that make sense? So when it drips, the tin drips, and anything that drips off the tin drips onto the black woven fabric, which helps prevent erosion. It'll let the water sink in slowly. If it's a deluge, it'll make the water run off. So I started undoing the plastic. I've already got the screws out the bottom. But my battery ran out, so I had to go get the battery. Figured I'd stop, take a break, get it, have some water, take a quick little video, get the rest of the screws out the bottom, and then kind of cut that back and see how much damage there is back there. I'm hoping it's just buckled from where the dirt was up against it and the grass was trying to grow in between it and the wood. So far I've lucked out on this side and on the door. There's been no termite damage, so far so good. Talk to you in a few. I got good news and bad news. Good news is the backside is covered, kind of, and the black woven fabric is in, and it works awesomely. Bad news is I'm out of Tenda wood screws. So this upper corner right there is not attached. I will end up stacking a bunch of my bricks up against it so the wind doesn't catch it and pull it off. Now I have some Tenda wood screws, but they're only like 1/2 inch, and they suck. It makes sense. I have the ones, my newer ones are all 1.5 inches, and they're so much better, just so much better. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna finish tacking the plastic down here, because it's in place. you know, it is what it is. And then I will probably work on tacking that plastic over there. And I say that because I can go ahead and cut off the I can cut off the bottom of the panels. Does that make sense? Because I'm only going to be able to go half high. These are not tall enough to do the whole thing. And that way I can lay the plastic down, I can tack it down. You know, set a couple bricks or something. And that way tomorrow after church, there you go, I got to go to Home Depot. Why? So I can pick up some more tin to wood screws. And I have a friend who's going to come over Monday or Tuesday and give me a, let me borrow, they got a 16-foot ladder. And that way, yeah, you can see I got grass growing in my gutter. But I should be able to get up there and clean it. And the other thing I'll be able to get at Home Depot is the screens that go over it, so I don't have all of that debris getting in there again, just clogging it. You know? That's the plan. So, church, Home Depot. But I should be able to go ahead and finish laying the fabric today. And that way it should just come Monday, or because I don't know if I'll be able to get it done by the time I get back from Home Depot after church. You know, there's just, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this again tomorrow. That's thought process. Sounds like a plan to me. Talk to you in a few. Yeah, again, everybody's a supervisor but me. You think any of the chickens would come around in time to help? No, they come over now when I'm done. You know? So, it's about what it'll look like. That front row's pretty much lined up. It's not exact, I don't have the tin on that side yet, so. But close, that's what it'll look like. And then that brick there, I'll take it down the hill that way. So I need to get a couple more bricks. Maybe 3. And yeah. So, tomorrow, I need to get the screen from Home Depot and the tin to wood screws. Means I gotta go to the big town after church. And then just kind of hang out. All right, those there, I'm going to just kind of stack somewhere, you know, somewhere. They might end up in the woodshed just so they're already here. I don't want to take them back to the workshop just to bring them back here tomorrow. So they might end up going in the woodshed with a piece of wood on them. All right, y'all have an awesome evening. Chickens and I. Talk to you later.